We have a crisis in making weapons. This makes a dangerous global situation even scarier. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. Since the end of the Cold War over 30 years ago, we have let our ability to manufacture weapons, aircraft, ships, and submarines deteriorate to ominous levels. Don't think our adversaries haven't noticed. This is an invitation for more aggressive moves against us and our allies. It's the kind of situation that can lead to miscalculations and perhaps a big war. Take our Navy. China has been relentlessly expanding its fleet in numbers and in capabilities. Its goal is to turn the South China Sea, a crucial waterway for international trade, into a de facto Chinese lake. Guaranteeing the free flow of commercial vessels has been a bedrock U.S. policy for over 2 centuries. But that guarantee becomes less credible without the means to enforce it. Yet while the number of Chinese naval vessels of various kinds grow, the number of U.S. ships continues to shrink. Worse, closing the growing gap with a crash construction program faces fundamental challenges. The industrial base here in the U.S. is shriveled. The needed number of skilled workers are not there. A Washington Monthly piece by Mike Lofgren points out that for the first time since World War I, a country, in this case China, has more combat ships than we do. Moreover, 2 cutting-edge ships we have been banking on, the Zumwalt class of destroyers and the Littoral Combat Ship, have been disasters. We still have an advantage with a certain class of our missile-carrying submarines that are extraordinarily silent and could inflict immense damage if China tries to invade Taiwan. But the Chinese are working overtime to neutralize this capability. We need more subs of all kinds, but we're not building them at anywhere near the necessary level. Maintenance of our existing fleet? Nowhere near what is needed. On land, we've seriously reduced our stockpiles of weapons to help Ukraine and Israel, which we should be doing for our sake and for the free world's sake. The facts, though, are shocking. Despite a disastrous start in its attempt to conquer Ukraine and the initial embarrassment of having to turn to Iran and North Korea for certain kinds of weapons and ammunition, Moscow has been revving up its war machine. Its factories now are producing nearly 3 times the number of artillery rounds as the U.S. and NATO combined. As Lofgren notes, at current levels of production, it would take 5 to 8 years to replace the Javelin anti-tank missiles we've expended, up to 3 years for the HIMARS-guided rockets, and between 6.5 and 18 years for Stinger anti-aircraft missiles. A stunning new worry is that Russia is becoming adept at defeating our high-tech weapons on the field of battle. Moreover, Russia now has more troops in Ukraine than the entire size of the U.S. Army. Nonetheless, our procurement system remains a sclerotic bureaucratic mess where chronic change orders and uncertain funding year to year routinely lead to enormous cost overruns and delays. Yet in a scandalous dereliction of the most fundamental role of a government, national security, the Biden administration each year proposes cutting the defense budget in real terms. Unfortunately, facing up to this urgent crisis must await the next president. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.